From pen to paper and potentially to roads near you and all of us in the coming years. Thank you for joining us here on the WHS 11 team. I'm Doug Proffitt. President Joe Biden's $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill is the largest investment in decades.
My message to the American people is this: America's moving again, and your life is going to change for the better.
Well, watching the president sign the bill in Washington right there today, Louisville Mayor Greg Fischer. He tells WHS 11 team's Isaiah Kim Martinez this won't stop at roads and bridges. There's also a symbolic barrier on the edge of downtown that needs to be removed. Isaiah's live downtown with a rundown on the money to be spent. Isaiah?
Well, Doug, among the guarantees, $4.6 billion to Kentucky over a span of 5 years. That's for highways, roads, and bridges. Just under $440 million for bridge repair and just over $390 million for improvements in public transportation. A big chunk of that is coming to Louisville with a chance for more. From poor bridge conditions on the outskirts of Metro Louisville,
I wish we'd had the money to fix it in previous budgets.
To our major roads.
The money to fix our infrastructure has not kept up with what the need.
And the buses running through them. Metro leaders say for years there's been a need for upgrades, but with limited wiggle room in their budget. They believe the record investment from Washington gives them a major green light.
Now we've got more funding behind it.
Louisville Mayor Greg Fischer was one of several local leaders invited to the White House Monday afternoon as President Biden signed his $1.2 trillion infrastructure and jobs package into action.
We worked really closely with the White House on all these different priorities.
It means more than $5 billion headed to Kentucky highways, bridges, public transit, broadband, and more.
Transformational for this Commonwealth.
The Derby City expects to see a big chunk of that.
This kind of money allows you to do things that you just can't do with local funds.
Metro Councilman Bill Hollander oversees Louisville's Budget Committee.
There's a lot of money and there's a lot of talk about the very big bridges in the country. But there's money in this project for smaller bridges, which are also very important.
Meanwhile, Mayor Fischer tells us they'll compete for additional grant money available too, to put toward the modernizing 9th Street project to create a gateway to West Louisville by streamlining Roy Wilkins Avenue. It's a road the mayor says is wider than it needs to be.
Such a big boulevard, it's dangerous to cross. So modernize that, make it safer, make it more intimate to where it's actually attractive to people. We'll call it the 9th Street Bridge. How about that instead of the divides?
The city hopes to pair that with a newer fleet of TARC buses.
So whether it be diesel or electric.
A major decision that could lead to changes the Commonwealth starts to notice in the years to come. And as far as how funds will specifically be divvied up, Mayor Fischer says some of those decisions will be made in Frankfort, while others will be made on a local level among Metro Council members. Now, that is similar to how, according to Mayor Fischer, how American Rescue Plan funds, of course, have been allocated to this point. Live in downtown Louisville, Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.